Well, welcome everyone to 212. Look who's here with me today. Your other national, Leah Privet, is in the house. We are working like crazy. We're about to welcome over 100 of our directors here in Virginia for our leadership retreat. And yeah, you've been working a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been fun though. It's been fun work.
The things we did today, guys, you'll find out soon. We counted a lot of fun items.
Items. Yeah.
Items. Let's call them items. All right. So who's coming to the leadership retreat? Put one in the chat if you're coming, right? Raise your hand. Hello. We can't wait to see you guys. So excited. All right. We're going to kick things off. Let me get my Canva going here. And if you're just popping in, I would love to know what you love about this business. Put it in the chat. All right, chat's blowing up. Okay, awesome. All right, welcome everyone to 212, your weekly dose of inspiration, motivation, training, tips, and more. If this is your first 212, put it in the chat. I know we guys welcomed a lot of people last month, so we're super, super excited to have you guys here. If you're new to 212, it's where we turn up the heat an extra degree to get our business boiling, okay? And with boiling water comes steam. And with steam, you can power this amazing record-breaking bullet train. All right. So welcome. If you didn't know, we're the number one team in all categories there is at Pampered Chef. So welcome aboard the bullet train. Here's where we empower and equip consultants for success, inspired by the magic of the Red Ruby slippers. Here, we embrace the truth, my friends, that you had the power all along, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. And here we love and appreciate you for who you are. And if you feel the love on this team, it's Share the Love Month. Drop some hearts in the chat because we love you and you belong. So we are patiently waiting on the 14th for the numbers to come out on how we ranked in January. I have a feeling we kind of moved from number 5 a little closer to the top. So cross your fingers. You guys broke some records. So we're working on our goal to be, we are part of the number one team, but we're also working on getting the bullet train to be number 2. So you can say you're 1 and 2 in the company. If you're new here and you want to learn about the story of the bullet train and the Red Ruby slippers, just scan this QR code and you'll get to that training as well. If you're new, first of all, welcome. And here's our number one success system. You can scan the QR code, our fabulous DMO system. This is your task list you get fed and shared with every single day, it gets updated, sometimes daily, and it gives you everything you need that day. It's kind of like a news outlet for your business. So if you're a DMO addict, will you put DMO in the chat? And for those that are primarily working from your phone or you're doing a bunch of parties and you want something a little simpler sometimes on the go, make sure you download the Boards app. It is free for one folder, so you can get that. And it basically mimics the calendar. But especially now when I travel, I love to just use my phone and Boards, and it makes it a lot easier than using the calendar and copy and pasting from it. All right. So put in the chat which DMO crew are you a part of. If you're looking for accountability, I'll drop those DMO chats here in the chat in a second when I'm not speaking. But we have accountability groups and we meet together on Zoom. We have early risers, we have the coffee crew, we have the afternoon crew, and right after this meeting at 9 o'clock, we even have a night crew. Okay. So if you're looking for accountability and to work with people alongside and learn and watch people work, this is the best place you can go, okay, to learn our systems and grow. So Monday, we continue our training. We're going to teach you how to book parties consistently. And we're also going to talk to just our directors Monday night. So make sure you join our Monday night training. All right, friends, who here wants to become a director? You may or may not know that yet. But if you are in your first 90 to 100 days, you have access to 100 and a $400 total of $500 plus cash bonuses. And we want you to keep your eye on that. We want you to become part of our director team because we have a goal of 200 directors by by the end of the year. And we just grew from 112 to 117. So if you are a new director, put it in the chat. If you promoted in January, congratulations. You're going to earn Red Ruby slippers if you're in my first 3 lines. If you're part of the Legends team, you also get your golden glove, and executives have their own gifts as well. You get extra cash, more incentive trip points, big discounts. You get recognized at conference. All right, we're going to talk about that tonight. You get 250 Pampered Chef dollars, which you can use to register for conference for free. Exclusive leadership training. Make sure you stalk your leaders this weekend. Follow me, Leah, all your executives. We're getting together with over 100 directors for an exclusive leadership training and products. Did you guys see all the directors get their crazy product boxes? People were like, what are these people? What are these products people are posting? They love, love, love the new products, but keep it a secret. Not every consultant knows about the new products yet, but you can definitely tell people in the chat how excited you are about the new products. So we are on a mission to find our next advanced directors as well. We're really, really close actually already to giving out enough blue ears. So once you're director, your next level is blue. So if you're going for blue, put it in the chat. All right, friends, I just shared the video before we started. Our vision for 2025 is together we are unlimited, and everyone deserves the chance to fly on this team. So if you're ready for takeoff, you're ready to fly this year and soar to new heights that you didn't think were even possible before you even joined, because you joined and you thought you were just going to sell one spatula, but we're going to have you sell lots and lots and lots of more spatulas and even more. So if you want more info on that, you can always watch that story on another day. New merch is here. I know many of you guys already got that merch. If you need it, take a picture and a screenshot. So yes, congratulations. January was like fire crazy. All right, you guys give it up in the chat. Give yourself a round of applause. I want to know what you sold in January and how many new team members you brought onto this team in January, because together we've had the highest sales month we've ever had in January. Okay, drum roll, $1.126 million. Like, are you kidding me? You guys are like wild, and I'm here for it. The train's on fire, everything's on fire. Congratulations. And I'm just here to tell you that business is out there. You just got to go find it, okay? Because sales are booming. And our newest record ever, okay? Last January, we recruited about 100 people. This year, you guys broke a new record. 502 new consultants were welcomed to the bullet train. So if you are one of those 500, please say January in the chat. We're so excited to have you, and we hope you find a family and community here. You find that you belong, and you find that this is way more fun than just selling a spatula or an egg cooker or whatever, okay? So congratulations, new records. Pampered Chef is like, what are these guys doing? I don't know. What are we doing? We're just having fun. We're working together, and we believe that we can. And the rest is kind of history, don't you think? What are we doing? What do you think contributes to our success? What are some things you think contribute to our success? Put it in the chat. I would love to hear that. All right, let's kick it off and pass it on to Samantha for some book club.
Thank you. Okay, so Atomic Habits. Hundreds of studies have shown that implementation intentions are effective to sticking to our goals, whether it's writing down the exact time and date of when you will get a flu shot or recording the time of your colonoscopy appointment. They increase the odds that people will stick with habits like recycling, studying, going to sleep early, and stopping smoking. Researchers have even found that voter turnout increases when people are forced to create implementation intentions by answering questions like, what route are you taking to the polling station? At what time are you planning on going? What bus will you take to get there? Other successful government programs have prompted citizens to make a clear plan to send taxes in on time or provided directions on when and where to pay late traffic bills. The punchline is clear. The people who make a specific plan for when and where they will perform a new habit are more likely to follow through. Too many people try to change their habits without these basic details figured out. We tell ourselves, I'm going to eat healthier, or I'm going to write more, but we never say when and where these habits are going to happen. We leave it up to chance and hope that we will just remember to do it or feel motivated at the right time. An implementation intention sweeps away foggy notions like, I want to work out more, or I want to be more productive, or I should vote, and transforms them into a concrete plan of action. Many people think they lack motivation when they really lack clarity. It is not always obvious when and where to take action. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for the time to be right and to make an improvement. Once an implementation intention has been set, you don't have to wait for inspiration to strike. Do I write a chapter today or not? Do I meditate this morning or at lunch? When the moment of action occurs, there is no need to make a decision. Simply follow your predetermined plan. The simple way to apply this strategy to your habits is to fill out this sentence. I will, behavior, at time and location. So for example, for meditation, I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen. And that is where I'm going to leave it. And that's something that I've been working on with this here. I write down like my entire day. I don't know if you could see it, but it has different times. And this way I look at it and I know what to do. I don't have to worry about if I'm in the mood to do anything. And it's all clear right on my notebook out in front of me. Well, that's that.
Thank you, Samantha. Yes, if you're struggling with habits, I feel like this is like, I've read many books about habits, but this is my favorite. It's such an easy read, and everything you just said is so true, right? If you're like, I'll do DMOs tomorrow sometime. I'll start DMOs tomorrow. I'll start looking at the calendar tomorrow. But if you don't prep for it, right? Like the night before you go to bed, you're like, let me make sure my computer is charged. Let me make sure where I'm planning on working is clean. Let me make sure everything leading up to the moment that I decide to go to work is organized and ready to go, right? Like you're mentally prepping and physically prepping yourself to do the work you need to do before even the work gets started, right? The same thing if you're trying to go to the gym. You're not just like, oh yeah, I'll go to the gym on Monday. I'll start next week. No, lay out your clothes. When are you going? What time are you walking out the door? What time is your alarm? What time are you putting your clothes on, right? Like it's the habit starts so many more steps before the habit is actually being done, right? Because all you know, if you've ever tried to go to the gym, right? There's like, it's all like, I'll go tomorrow. I don't know if I should go today. Should I go? Do I go? This is like all day, every day, especially if you're new with doing DMOs and things on the calendar. Those are all new habits that if we don't prep for them and to prep to go to work, right? And those of us that, you know, I used to work full time or those that work full time now, you don't just stumble out of bed and go to work, right? Like you do things. You got to get the kids out to school. You got to make breakfast. You got to put your clothes on. You got to shower. So habit starts right here, right in your mind, and hours before that actual habit is being started, right? So give me an example that, put in the chat, what is a habit that you think about kind of the day before in order to make sure that the next day you're actually doing the things you say you're going to do? What are some habits that you guys have that you think about it ahead? And it could be, you know, going to work, making sure I make the kids lunches, right? Clothes, laying out your clothes for the next day. Yes. It's so cute. My daughter does that. And every time I see it, I was like, oh, maybe I had a little influence over that, right? Setting up your coffee, charging your phone. Yes, Karen, exactly. Get my coffee ready, make a list, going over tomorrow's schedule, looking a day. Yeah. Sleeping in gym clothes. I remember that. I used to do that before I started going to the gym. So yes, exactly. So think about that. And the next time you want to change a habit, don't just wait until 8:30 when you're trying to join DMOs. Like think about it almost the night before. So if you need some help, this is the best book I think there ever is about habits. So awesome. All right, let's move on to our testimony for tonight. This is a comeback story, okay? So if anybody here has ever done held a promotion, lost a promotion, was successful, kind of disappeared, came back. Do we have any comebackers out there? Put your hands in the chat or say comeback, right? It happens to all of us. But if you are a comebacker, this is for you. And if you're kind of in the deep zone of digging yourself out and restarting, you definitely want to listen to the story. So I'm so excited. She just re-promoted to director last month. Nicole Hainline joined us in January of 2020. And here's the story, okay? She kind of did not have a good year last year. But when I said, oh, well, she still made $9,000, right? Like if you ask her, she's probably going to say she sucked. Did she reach the goal she wanted? No, but she still made a total of $9,000, right? I mean, who wouldn't want that? But when she decided to step it up last month, when she declared that her comeback month, last month, she already made $2,200, right? So it's pretty amazing. So I'm sure she'll make like 25 or 30, $40,000 this year, if not more. So anyways, Nicole Hainline, are you in the house?
Yes, I am. Okay, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Well, my name is Nicole. I'm a mom of 2 adult kids and an 8-year-old. I work full time. Our family loves the outdoors, so we like to boat and snowmobile. I was a kidnapper, I believe it was in 2018 with Claudia. I didn't do anything. I ignored her, and many times I didn't even answer my messages, and I fell off. Um, I would get many texts and emails from Claudia about kits being on sale. I ignored them until 3 years ago in January. I replied and said, I want to join. I'm not really sure why I didn't reply stop back then, but I do know why now. It was meant to be. I joined in the beginning for discounts because I bought so much. Then I started earning the extra income, which was nice, and was thinking, I can do this. After I went to my first conference in 23, I knew I made the right decision. I met everyone from the Zoom and made friends. Honestly, without PC, I wouldn't have friends. I'm a closed person and I don't let anyone in, but since PC, I have opened up in more ways than I ever imagined I could. I've had many ups and downs with my business because I was not consistent, didn't do the things, and I had a fiance that was not supportive. It was a vicious cycle I was on over and over and over again. My fiance wouldn't go with me to Boston, which leads me to July of 24. I lost my director title. I am a pretty strong, independent, and confident person, but the fight with me doing PC had won. I gave up. I let my team down. I let him win. Fast forward to December of 2024. After a few months of thinking I could do director again, I didn't make it. I failed. To me, I felt like I failed. Then in December of 2024, I tried again, and Claudia had messaged me about buying my ticket to the retreat. I said no. She said do it, and I did it because that's what you do when Claudia tells you. Then I was like, crap, I need to become director in January because the people going to the retreat worked hard to go. And in my mind, I know I had to work hard so I could feel like I earned it too. After that, my mindset shifted. I told my fiance, I'm doing this, and I don't care if you don't like it. I'm doing this for me. And after a few days, I think he realized I wasn't giving in, and he told me he would support me. In January, I promoted back to director. I'm so proud of our team for working hard and to become a director team again. I spent weeks getting organized with my trackers, my schedule, my word for the year, my vision board. I also made sure I had many parties as I could book in January, which I had 25, not including my new recruits parties. What I want to tell everyone is do what the calendar tells you to do. Don't try to skip things, change the words. It's not going to benefit you. And stop thinking, what are people going to say if I send this message? Who cares what they think, to be honest? Do they pay your bills? Do they pay for your extra things? No. You want a successful business? 1, do what our leaders tell you to do. 2, be consistent every day. 3, do a 24-hour schedule. And 4, stop being afraid to send a message. That's all.
Give it up for Nicole, everyone.
Woo, Nicole. Great job. Oh,
Great job.
I love what you said. They're not going to pay my bills anyways. I love that. I love that. So thank you, Nicole, for sharing. What was your takeaway? Put it in the chat. But congratulations, you can add 163 new friends to your list. and you spoke in front of 163 people. And you know, as sad as it kind of sounded when you were like, you know, I kind of don't have any friends, like there's many, 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 many people out there. And I'll tell you a secret. I like you guys a lot better than most other people out there. Okay. So I get it. I get it because here everybody's so solution driven, positive, inspiring. And sometimes when you go out there in the real world, it's not all like that, right? It's very negative, complaining, you know, not very solution driven, I guess is the answer. So yeah, so it's kind of like we have our own little family here. And I think, yeah, we lift each other up and yeah, my best friends are right here. So I wouldn't trade you guys for anyone out there any day. So I get that, right? So yeah, so put in the chat, what did you relate to with Nicole? And I'll specifically address those of you guys right now that maybe were a director or above at some point and lost your title. It happens all the time, right? And without Nicole having the struggles of losing her title and if everything was just smooth sailing, she probably wouldn't have been a testimony, right? Testimony means she has a story to tell, right? So if you're ready to make a comeback, put comeback in the chat. We welcome you with open arms and we would love to help you get your title back as well. And it happens to all of us at some point, or I would say most of us, 80% of people at some point lose their title at some point, right? So yeah, so get with your director, text them, come back right now, and let's get you back on track. Our systems are better than ever, and our community is better than ever, and we would love to have you back. So thank you again, Nicole, for your testimony. I hope you found a little nudge in there, and her tips were fabulous. We're fabulous. So thank you, girl. Can't wait to see you in a couple days.
Yes.
All right. And yes, if you have a non-supportive person in your house, just prove them wrong and do it anyways, right? If you really, really want it, I always say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I just tell my husband this is what I'm doing and that's it. So fight for yourself, friends. Fight for the dreams and the desires that you have. So
I just booked a party.
yay, way to go. All right. So
Woo!
let's move on and pass it on to Samantha. She's got a couple things she was tweaking and playing with. So she's got some tips for you guys. So pay attention. Samantha, you in the house?
Yeah. Okay. This all start off January really, and I want it going. Always just remember.
Samantha, I think you're breaking up. Or is it me?
I was running. What? I'm
You're
getting
kind of
out.
breaking up. Yeah.
You know what?
You're still there? Where are you? I can come back to you if you want me to move. If you're trying to switch Wi-Fi or something. Did we lose her? Well, maybe she'll come back. Yeah, we're working on it. Friends, technical difficulties. Let's see if she comes back. If not, I'll skip forward and then we'll come back to her. All right. Oh, she's coming back. I see her. I see you coming back.
Okay, I'm here. Okay. Can
Oh,
we
that's
hear?
better. There you go.
Okay,
Go
all
ahead.
right, now I'm on my phone. Okay. Let's see if I just pull up my notes on my phone. Okay, you still see me and hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this all started with me running into a handful of ghost hosts. So I just started to treat them as if they were still there. And okay, so ghost hosts, they're not responding to you. I go ahead, I make the party group, I walk them through all the steps to join, but these ghost hosts haven't given me their info yet, and I still decided to go through with the party. I found that many of them started to invite their friends. We still don't have a link, so what I did was I created a link with my information, my second email address, and their names. Well, I ran into two $700 plus parties doing it this way, and also booked another one that we just finished. It was $900. And this is all from those ghost hosts or those people who didn't want to give me their information. So at the end, they all wanted to give me their information and take advantage of the rewards. But these are, if I gave up, parties that I would have never had. I would have just let it go. But I'm like, no, you committed to a party. We are doing this party, whatever needs to be done, we're making it happen. So that was 3 parties over $700 that I got just because I didn't take their ignoring me for an answer. But they do have to invite. And then there are people who invited, they didn't get any sales, but it didn't matter. I have that many more contacts now. So I still do everyone wins in those parties. Just treat them as if just treat them like parties. So that's that. Should I go into the next one then? Let's see.
Yeah. So what do you guys
Okay.
think of this idea?
Yeah.
Especially if you're struggling with lots of cancellations and ghost hosts. I never thought about that. I think that's pretty smart. And even if they only invite, like especially those of you guys that are still working on building a consistent, solid business and every contact kind of matters, even if you create the group and they hit invite and they
Right.
have a $0 party, what if they just gave you access to 50 friends that you can do a booking message to and everyone's a winner, right? So I think especially those of you guys that are working on building your business up, I think that is the smartest thing ever. So if you got,
And
so
I-
you just said your party is ready, right? You just said, here's your party, it's ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just here you go. Your party's ready. And then I'll ask for their info again in between all the host coaching, and they still usually don't give it. I mean, someone might shoot me an email address at that point. I could input that. Like I had one that gave me like a new piece of information each order. And I do give them the rewards at the end. Most of them want them when they realize like, oh my gosh, I have this much in free stuff, or this was like